Hello everyone, I am Engineer Kamran Khan and you are watching my YouTube channel Learners of Civil Engineering. Guys, today I will be discussing gradation analysis with you guys. The ASTM code of this experiment is ASTM D421 and the H2 code of this experiment is T87, H2 T87. Now what is gradation analysis? Gradation analysis is used to confirm the different particle sizes present in a given soil mix. Gradation analysis is used for the soil which will retain for on SIU number 200, which means that anything which is finer than SIU number 200 will not be regarded on this gradation analysis. So that is the biggest drawback or a limitation of the SIU analysis, that it will not regard anything which will pass from SIU number 200. And anything which is passed from SIU number 200 is known as silt and clay, because the sizes of silt start from 74 micron and ends on 2 micron, and anything which is less than 2 micron is known as clay. Now the size of the most finest SIU, the SIU number 200, is 75 micron, so it will not regard anything which will pass from this 75 micron SIU and which are known as silt and clay. So for that purpose we will perform the hydrometer analysis in order to confirm the sizes of silt and clay. Guys, now the apparatus that will be used in this experiment will be this SIU set. Let me explain this SIU set. At the top we are having the most coarse SIU like 3-inch SIU, half inch SIU, 2-inch SIU, 1.5 inch SIU, 1 inch SIU, 3 by 4 inch, half inch, 3 by 8 inch, SIU number 4, SIU number 8, SIU number 10, SIU number 16, SIU number 30, SIU number 50, SIU number 100 and SIU number 200. Okay, we will use this rubber tip hammer in order to break any clay lumps present inside the soil mixture. We will be using this scoop for taking different soil samples from tray and for putting the soil sample on the SIU set. We will be needing this soil tray. We will be needing this SIU number 200. This is known as wash SIU. With the help of this SIU, we will perform the wet washing of the aggregate before the testing. Then we will be needing balance which will record different weights. Now guys, let us perform this procedure practically. First of all, we will take a soil sample from field and we will search for any clay lumps present inside the soil mix. Like you can see, these are the examples of clay lumps. If we will do the gradation analysis in this particular form, so then these clay lumps, which basically represent silt and clay size particles, will be retained on a particular SIU. Okay, so this will make this gradation analysis as embedded. So first of all, what you will have to do, you will have to break these clay lumps with the help of this rubber tipped hammer. You will have to break like this all the clay lumps present inside this soil mixture. Like you can see, you cannot use a ceramic hammer or metal hammer, okay, because ceramic hammer or metallic hammer will break the individual particles of the soil mixture, which is not required to be performed. That's why we are using this rubber tipped hammer. So after breaking all the clay lumps with the help of this rubber hammer, now we will perform the wet washing with the help of this wash SIU. This will perform two operations. Number one, if any clay lumps will still be present inside this soil mixture, they will be washed. Okay, they will be dissolved in water and it will be removed from the wash SIU. Operation number two, let's suppose if any dust size particle will be present, like you can see, there is dust upon the surface of this coarse aggregate. They will also be washed with water in form of soil slurry. Now we will do the wet washing. Now guys, you can see I have washed this particular soil sample. Now you can see the clean material which is bigger than the sieve number 200, and anything which is far finer than sieve number 200 now has been removed as a soil slurry for the whole sample. Okay guys, so after wet washing of the soil sample, this soil sample will be put inside the oven for 24 hours at a temperature of 110 degrees centigrade for proper drying. After 24 hours, we will take out the soil sample from the oven, which will be completely dried. So guys, after 24 hours, we have joined the lid. Now I will take the dry soil sample from the oven. Guys, now let us take the weight of the oven dried soil sample. So the weight of the container is 779 grams. Now I will put the dried soil sample inside this container. I will record this weight, which is now the weight of container having dry soil in it. Guys, I will now start the gradation in it, and I will put the soil sample on top of the sieve. Now guys, you can see the height of this stake is so tall for me to shake it. Okay, in this case I am having the STM provision that I can divide this stake into two portions like this. So first I will shake the top shoes and then the bottom shoes. Top. Now you will shake it. Now guys, I will do the shaking process. For this, it is recommended to have a mechanical shaker inside your lid. And with the help of mechanical shaker, this shaking will be performed for 5 to 10 minutes. So far, we are not having the mechanical shaker, so we will perform this procedure manually. Completed first on the top shoes, then on the bottom. Now guys, the rate retained on each shoe will be recorded separately. procedure will be performed for all these sieves. So guys, the weight retained and the particular sieve has been recorded in this particular data sheet. Now further calculations and plotting of gradation curve will be done in Excel. These calculations will consist of 6 columns. Let me zoom so that you can further see it properly. This column number 1, second and third, they are the result of experimental procedures and we are not supposed to do any calculations. And these 3 columns, like the cumulative weight retained, the person retained and the person passing, are related with the calculations. Guys, the first column represents the sieve information. In this, the sieve sizes are arranged in the same manner in which the sieve set was arranged for the experimental procedure. You can see over here, the first sieve is 3-inch sieve and the second sieve is 2.5-inch sieve. Similarly, at the bottom, we are having this sieve number 200. Now you can see there are 2 types of sieves. One type of sieve is represented by the size, like 3-inch sieve, 2.5-inch sieve, 2-inch sieve, 1.5-inch sieve, and other sieves are represented by the number, like sieve number 4, sieve number 8, sieve number 16, sieve number 100, and so on. So from 3-inch sieve till 3/8-inch sieve, they are known as core sieves, and they are represented by their direct sizes, like 3-inch sieve, 2.5-inch sieve, 2-inch sieve, 1.5-inch sieve, and the other sieve sets, like from sieve number 4 to sieve number 200, they are known as fine sieves, and they are represented by the numbers. Okay. Now, what this number means? What this number 4 means? It means that in 1 linear inch of that sieve, we are having 4 openings. Okay, guys. The second column is related with the sieve sizes in millimeter. Like this 3-inch sieve will have openings, each will be equal to 76.2 millimeter. And this sieve number 4 will have openings, each will be equal to 4.75 millimeter. And this sieve number 200 will be having openings, each will be equal to 75 micron or 0.075 millimeter. Now the third column represents the weight retained on each sieve. You can see from 3-inch sieve till 1-inch sieve, nothing was retained, and on 3/4-inch sieve, 240 gram of the material out of the 3000 was retained. Similarly, on 1/2-inch sieve, 1150 gram of the material out of 3000 was retained. Now guys, let us discuss the cumulative weight retained on each sieve. For the cumulative weight retained on each sieve, we are having the formula that the weight retained on the respective sieve plus the cumulative weight retained on the above sieve. So you can see that the cumulative weight retained on the 3-inch sieve is 0, because the weight retained on the 3-inch sieve is 0 and there is no other sieve on top of the 3-inch sieve. So the cumulative weight retained on the 3-inch sieve is 0. Similarly, the cumulative weight retained on 2.5-inch sieve is again 0, because the weight retained on the 2.5-inch sieve is 0 and the cumulative weight retained on 3-inch sieve is also 0. Now if you will talk about 3/4-inch sieve, so the cumulative weight retained over here is 240 gram. How? Because the weight retained on 3/4-inch sieve is 240 gram and the cumulative weight retained on 1-inch sieve is 0. So that gives us the cumulative weight retained on 3/4-inch sieve is equal to 240 gram. Now, for the cumulative weight retained on half-inch shoe, the formula is again the same. The weight retained on half-inch shoe is 1150 gram plus the weight retained on the above shoe. So above shoe is 3 by 4 inch shoe. Okay, so on the 3 by 4 inch shoe, the cumulative weight retained is 240 gram. So 240 plus 1150 will give us 390 gram. The similar procedure will be applied on the other cells. Now for the percent retained on his shoe, we are having the formula that cumulative weight retained on the particular shoe divided by the total weight of the overnight aggregate multiplied by 100. So you can see on 3-inch shoe, nothing of the cumulative weight has been retained. So the percent retained is again 0. Similarly, till 1-inch shoe, the cumulative weight retained on this shoe is 0. So the percent retained is again 0. Okay. Now over here you can see on 3 by 4 inch shoe, 240 gram of the material has been retained. So the formula is 240 divided by 3000 multiplied by 100 will give us the percentage retained on 3 by 4 inch shoe is 8 gram. Okay. The similar procedure will be applied for the other cells. Now let us discuss the percent passing. For the percent passing, I'm having a very simple formula that 100 minus the percentage retained on the respective shoe. So if I'm talking about 3-inch shoe, so you can see nothing of the material has been retained. So which means that whole of the material has been passed from this 3-inch shoe. So the percent passing from 3-inch shoe is 100. Similarly, till 1-inch shoe, nothing of the material has been retained. So the percent passing till 1-inch shoe is again 100%. Now you can see on 3 by 4 inch shoe, 8% of the material has been retained. So which means that 92% of the material has been passed from this 3 by 4 inch shoe. Similarly, on half inch shoe, 46.3% of the material has been retained and 53.7% of the material has been passed. Okay, so the formula is very simple. Just subtract the percentage retained on the respective shoe from 100. That will give us the percent passing from that respective shoe. Now guys, let us draw the gradation curve. Gradation curve is drawn between particle sizes on x-axis and the percent passing on y-axis. Okay, so for this, what we will do, I will just double click on this line. I will come over here and select data. Okay, over here I will just remove the previous graph that I have done over here, and I will add another graph. Over here I will just name it as the gradation curve. And I will select the x values. So the x values is again the shoe size is in millimeter. Enter. And I will select then the y values. So y values is the data of the percent passing. I will just press OK. Again over here I will press OK. So that will give me a gradation curve. Now you can manipulate it for further information, like you can find the coefficient of uniformity and coefficient of curvature from that particular graph. Okay, and you can also interpret about the gradation, like whether the soil is well graded or poorly graded. Okay, where the soil is fine or where the soil is coarse. Okay, so guys, I think this video was useful for you. Kindly like and share this video, subscribe the channel and press the bell icon for further updates. Thank you so much guys for listening. God bless you.